blood trail. Never hurt anybody. Looks like it's gonna be that kind of year for us. Accidents all over the place. Still good. Good morning, guys. As you can see, we got about 6 inches of snow overnight, and I'm gonna continue my walk out here today. A good excuse to get out and do a little bit of chopping. We're definitely gonna chop today, but first, I gotta take a walk. It's just too beautiful to walk in unbroken snow, so come along with me and then we'll get to chopping. I know the camera won't do it justice, but there's something amazingly spectacular about snow when it hangs up on the trees like that. Almost like a Jackson Pollock canvas. Can you hear the plows scraping the roads? We got about 6 inches overnight. We're supposed to get 3 more tonight, I believe. So maybe no work tomorrow. I got a stupid rear-wheel drive van that goes absolutely nowhere in the snow. It's like a big toboggan. To make it worse, it has traction control, which basically means that if you start spinning at all, it just shuts the power right down and you're stuck, can't go anywhere. You can turn it down, which is supposed to be off, but it's bullshit. My wife's little Prius goes a lot better in the snow. Low bridge. So I was just talking to my brother yesterday. He lives out there in LA, California. And we got to talking about local dialects and all the weird shit that people say around here. For instance, just got caught up on some. What do you guys call these here? Thorn bushes? Bristle bush? Well, here we call them jaggers. And apparently nobody anywhere else but in the Western Pennsylvania area calls them jaggers. Jaggers. You jag off? So I'd be curious to know down in the comments, like what local dialects or euphemisms, words are particular to your area. It'd be interesting. Down in the doobly-doo. So one of the more silly local dialects we have in this area, at least I think so. In Pittsburgh, people pluralize you, since there's no proper plural for you, as yins. Yin's going to the mall today. Yin's coming to my house to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers downtown. I think it's fun, so not making fun. Drop it in the comments. Let me know if you guys have any interesting colloquialisms, as it were. Whew. I'm out of breath, out of shape. I'll get with you guys in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back from the walk and ready to do a little bit of chopping. I'm gonna take it easy today. I don't know if Owen will have said anything prior to this video being posted, but he cut himself pretty badly a couple days ago. I'll let him tell the story if he wants to. It's his, but it was just a silly accident. But and it goes to show you that even the best axemen can get hurt doing this. So you definitely need to take every precaution you can. But even if you do, as Skill Cult said in his last video, it's only a matter of time if you do this long enough before you get hurt. Speaking of experienced choppers getting hurt, Simon over at Woodland Bushcraft UK got cut not too badly, limbing overhead. And speaking of which, it's getting a little hot out here. Wanted to show you my official Woodland Bushcraft UK t-shirt. I got him and Vito. You see, I'm not that great of a drawer, but I drew a Vito on the back there. See Vito, the little whippet dog? Not that great of a drawer, but I tried to draw Vito laying down there. And yeah, go check him out. If you haven't seen his last video, dude crafted a bow out of a piece of log he found in the woods and shoots it like Robin Hood at the end. He's freaking Robin Hood, knocking over boxes and shit. Check him out, man. Sorry guys, didn't mean to hit you like that. All right, this is the one I'm aiming for right there. All right, guys, this one's a little bit dangerous. It leans that way a little and the top tips back. So I'm going to put an undercut in with the axe, then I'll use a saw, and I think I have a small wedge in my pack, and I'll wedge it over this way. Gonna be honest, this one could go badly, but I think I can get it to go down where I want it to, which is right there. All right, let's just take it easy. Just take her easy, boys. All right, definitely not one of the prettiest notches I've ever made, but she's plenty clean enough. I'm gonna do the back with the saw and wedge it over. I think I saw it starting to sway. This is even more dangerous because I'm kneeling down. So if I have to get up and move, I'm gonna have to do it pretty quickly. There she goes.
And this is how quickly things can go wrong. Watch, I think the dangerous work is done.
Fucking hell. God damn it. Just cut myself at the silky. After all that talk about safety, I cut myself with the stupid silky putting it away, just folding it up, looking at where the tree was, not where my hand was. See what I mean? It's just not a good week for us. It's not that bad, it's just a little cut, but she's a bleeder. Thankfully, first aid kit, if I can get it on. Stings, man. Those teeth are sharp, no doubt. Silly shit like that. I always say the way that I see most guys get injured with axes is by taking them in and out of the sheath. All right, let nature do its work and clot that blood. Yeah. Pretty good looking stump, actually. Got about 1.5 inches, maybe 1.75 inches about an inch and a half of holding wood all the way across. Pulled a little wood right there. About an inch and a half of kickback. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. All right, let's go limb.
Alright, so it might not be obvious to the casual chopper, but the way that I have to remove these next two limbs is actually quite dangerous. And the only thing keeping me safe here is that I'm pushing the blade of the axe away from me and varying my head speed. So I'm not swinging very hard, about 40%, and I'm bending my knees slightly and pushing the axe down and away from me so that if it does go through unexpectedly, it won't hit me. And here I'm going to finish it off away from myself.
One more hit. This is a good talking point right here. Could I have taken that off in one swing? Almost definitely. Do I need to? Why? The chances of me getting hurt if I swing it 100% as opposed to 75% are less. They're less. Swing at 60% maybe. All right, that sorts that out. So this is what woodland limbing often looks like. It's not that pretty, perfect tree line down in a field. You're often in scrub like this. Got to kind of navigate your way through it, stick by stick. Let's see, what do we got here? Got this guy. Get my leg out of the way. One more hit, I think. Stings the old thumb every time I hit that. Gosh, stupid mistakes, man, stupid mistakes. Phew. That's one way I've been experimenting with taking off these limbs is by cutting a V-notch, 1 or 2 hits from the top and then 1 or 2 hits from the bottom, effectively creating that break right there. Works okay. Yeah, you can see what I'm talking about better. 1 hit from the top, 1 or 2 hits from the bottom. It's getting a little bit thick for that technique here. I probably have to notch it. Let's see. 1 from the top. 1 from the bottom. I think I can go 1 more from the top. Missed a little bit. Splitting it in half. Yeah, it's getting a little bit big for that technique, but it does work, especially on smaller stuff. You just end up with a mouth like that. 1 hit from the top. 1 from the bottom, 2 from the bottom, and oh, I thought that would do it. I'm gonna notch this one from the top. All right, go from the bottom. That's another way to do it. I've just been tidying up here a little bit. I'm not going to do too much more. We're getting into what I would consider bucking here real soon. I did bring the braids, the little 2.5 pound braids axe with me. I might get that out and do a little bucking, but I might not as well. Just want to take care of the rest of this limb. That way next time I come down, I'm ready for bucking. While I'm at it, I want to talk about close calls. As you know, I cut my thumb, but also Owen and Simon got hurt this past week. Owen's worse than Simon's, but we've all had close calls. Heck, I had a couple of considerably close calls today. The closest call that I've ever had was back in 2007, right after I bought my little Husky multi-purpose forest axe. I didn't know dick about chopping then, and idiot me was standing on top of a seasoned oak log this big, and I was gonna put a notch into it. Well, I didn't even remove a chip yet, and it skipped and hit my toe. I instantly took off my shoe and my sock, and it just barely broke the skin, but that could have been a lot worse. And I know that is one of the reasons that I don't like to stand on logs that chop, not without some kind of chainmail. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. I just don't think it's worth the risk unless you are highly practiced and wearing chainmail. The other close call that I can recount to you anyway was when I was about 13, 14 years old. We were camping down here, actually, where I'm at now, and a friend of mine, Brad, we were chopping wood. We thought we had chopped enough wood during the day for the night, but of course you always need more wood than you think you do. And he placed the split right on the edge of the chopping block. And when the split and the round tipped, came off the block, and that splitting axe came right down and split every one of his laces on his shoes. I kid you not, every one of his laces perfectly, but didn't touch the tongue of his shoe. That could have been a missing foot very easily. Ever since that day, I've had more respect for splitting on a block. I bend my knees. I just bend my knees. I don't want to see that happen. Other close calls that I've had is just misjudging the force, and the axe comes through quicker than I thought, which is one of the reasons that I don't swing as hard as I can. Just take it easy. That's all I'm saying. So again, in the comments below, share some close calls that you've had or seen that might help keep somebody else safe. Stay safe, guys. Seriously, stay safe. I'm gonna buck up the rest of this limb and then sit down and relax a little. Cheers, guys. Well, that's about all the time I have for today. Got to get out of here and get going. Just going to finish my coffee, but I just wanted to say that it's very clear that it is easy for things to go wrong and for them to go wrong very quickly. In my case, it was just a stupid thumb accident, but it could be more severe. Owen's foot did not look good, or at least the boot did not look good. He didn't go to the hospital as far as I understand, but again, it's his story to tell, and I think he should tell it because all of us have had close calls, and they could have went one way or another very easily. So we do stupid things and we get away with them for a while, and then they bite us, and that's just how it goes. I think that we should all take Skill Cult's message to heart. He's trying to do 10 minutes of chopping a day, but his point that if you do this long enough, it's only a matter of time before you get hurt. How bad? I don't know. But there are things you can do to keep safe in most of the processes. Some of them are a little more dangerous than other. In any case, I hope you guys are well. I'm going to finish my coffee, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Sincerely. That's good. I come out to these solitudes where the problem of existence is simplified. I get away a mile or two from the town in the stillness and solitude of nature with rocks, trees, weeds, snow about me. I enter some glade in the woods, perchance, where a few weeds and dry leaves alone lift themselves above the surface of the snow, and it is as if I had come to an open window. I see out and around myself.
Our skylights are thus far away from the ordinary resorts of men. I am not satisfied with ordinary windows. I must have a true skylight. He goes on to say, my true skylight is on the outside of the village. I am not thus expanded, recreated, enlightened when I meet a company of men. It chances that the sociable, the town, and country of the Farmers' Club does not prove a skylight to me. I do not invariably find myself translated under those circumstances. They bore me. The man I meet with is not often so instructive as the silence he breaks. Damn, I can't agree more, man. That's how I feel. Always been kind of an isolato. Have always preferred my own company to other people. That isn't to say that I don't enjoy other people's company, but it's far and few in between that I meet somebody that is as interesting as this. I don't know what else to say.